Harry.
Yeah, coming.
How are you?
I'm good. Hi. Where's Ernie?
Huh?
How about you? It's good to eat.
That's for sure. Elaza, you okay?
There's nothing like eating.
I'm afraid so. Then you eat too much after the fast.
Yeah, and then I feel terrible.
Yeah.
Well, I woke up at 3:45 to eat last night.
I did too, but today was such a long fast, so it helped, but it's not.
Yeah, it's very, very long.
Okay, it wasn't too bad. Listen, it's fine.
It was not, I would have rather gone to the beach.
Yeah. And I'm sure some people did.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's a beautiful day. I think tomorrow's going to be nice too.
Yeah.
Where are we holding? We're on what?
Ayin Vav.
Okay.
76.
Okay.
It was 108 in Seattle. Here,
Wow, that's crazy.
first time in history. I don't ever remember being over 100 ever.
Wow, that's a lot of temperature.
I know for them, it's like never had that before here.
Well, the Olympic trials were somewhere there. They were canceled, I think.
Oh, I saw this one woman. She was upset they played the national anthem. Did you see that?
Yeah, you believe this? She turned around, faced the back. I mean, just crazy people.
Crazy.
And now I see all these rubbish ads on CBS and everything. They put all these, all the LBA. I don't care.
I just saw now a father was apologizing to the son that he didn't say he came out that the father was gay. Who needs that? I'm watching a basketball game. I don't need that.
I don't need this crap.
And, guys with makeup on, it's terrible.
Political's terrible.
I mean, you're sitting watching TV with your kids and they have to watch a guy dressed as a woman. Listen, they had the gay parade in Israel yesterday, or whenever it was, in Tel Aviv. You see how many people were there? 1,000.
Oh, Ernie.
Hi, Ernie, save us.
Save you from what?
Everything is gay on television now. They're pride this and pride that, and in Israel
Proud
too.
of this, and they showed football players. I was watching something else. They showed football players. I was so afraid to come out, and now everybody's understanding. Oh, well, give me this bullshit, man. I don't need to listen to it on TV. Okay, it's meantime they're recording, so we're in trouble.
Okay, we're on Ayin Vav 66. So we said Lechem Abirim Ochal Ish. Ze Yoshua Sheyarad Loman Keneged Kol Yisrael. When Yoshua was waiting for Moshe Rabbeinu to come down at the bottom of the mountain, the man fell for Yoshua. Ksivacha Ish, because it says Lechem Abirim Ochal Ish. Uksivosam Kach L'chas Yoshua Benun Ish Asher Ruach Bo. So that's the simon that the man fell for Yoshua. Ve'ema Moshe, the Chsiv Ha'ish Moshe Onav Ma'od. Moshe is also called an Ish. So Don an Ish mi Ish, ve'ein Don an Ish mi Veha'ish. Because the pasuk of Veha'ish Moshe is not Ish. Shalu Talmid of Rab Shimon ben Yochai. Midnei lo yorad lehem Yisrael mon pamachas b'shana. Why did man have to fall every day? Why didn't it fall once a year and they would take the man for the whole year? Omer lahem. So Rab Shimon ben Yochai answered, Em sholachem moshel. L'ma davar doimeh l'melech bas v'dam sheyesh lo ben echad. a king who has one son. Pasuk lo mizonosov pamachas b'shana, lo yamagbil pnei aviv ela pamachas b'shana. If the king would give his son the royal dispensary, the royal disbursement once a year, the son would visit his father once a year. So the king decided to pay his son every day. So he would pay a visit with his father every day. Af Yisrael. Someone with 4 or 5 children would worry, everyone's going to die of hunger. So they all davened very well every day. That's why the man came every day. By eating it every day, came fresh. Otherwise, if they would get once a year, they'd have to schlep it wherever they were. This way was much easier in terms of transport. They were studying these Tanoim, Parshas Amon, Rabbi Elazar was studying with them. Nine Rabbi Elazar Maido Amar Mon Shirad Lem Yisrael Hayagavor Shishim Amma. The man was 60 amma thick, which is 120 feet. Amar Rav Tarfa Maidoi Ad Moshe Atam Megavev Dvarim Mevi Aleinu. How long are you going to come up with these funny drushes? Amar Lo Rebbe Mikrani Doresh. I'm darshaning from a pasuk. By the Mabul, it says Chamesh Esrei Aman Milmala, Gavru Amayim Vaychusu Harim. That the Mabul got to the height of Mount Everest, the tallest mountain, and then it was 15 amas higher than the tallest mountain. That means it wasn't 15 amma high in the valley and 15 amma high in the plain. The water it flows based on where it is. How would the teva have floated? The water fell until all the mountains were covered. And then it was 15 amas higher than the highest mountain. When HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives things out, there's mida toiva, mida paranos. There's good that he gives, and he's bad that he's good. And he always gives better for good. Every yomer mida toiva, midas paranos. So the midas paranos yomer va'arubos hashamayim niftachu. By the Mabul, it says the windows of the heavens open. By the Mon, the mida toiva yomer va'yitzav shechakimi ma'al. V'dalse shamayim posach, the doors of heaven opened. Vayamter li'em mon lechol udegan shamayim nasan lamo. How many windows are there indoors? Kama arubas yesh badelas arba. And arba harekan shmona. So you have 2 doors, you can have 8. Now, if 2 arubos, it fell 15 amas, then 8 arubos is going to fall 60 amas. Tani isi ben Yeroimer, man shir lam Yisrael, I am misgaber v'oile. The man piled up so that until all the kings of east and west saw them on. Shneamar, Tarach lefonai shulchan neged sorurai, koisi revoya. That they were able to show all their enemies how the gedula of Klal Yisrael. Amra by Shmamina, Kasa de David la Alma de Osi, Masan ve'esrim echad luga machzik. The coast of David HaMelech in the next world is going to be 211 log. Shenemar kosi revoya. Sorry, 221 log, which is the gematria of revoya. Revoya begematria achiavi. So the Gemara now has a problem with Rabbi Elazar Moidoi's discussion that based on the mabul that the waters were 15 amas higher, by the man it would be 60 amas. Versus Aludami, Hasan bar Bor Yoimin. There the mabul fell for 40 days. Here it fell in one shot. Hasan l'kulama. There the mabul is the whole world. Hachal Yisrael l'chudei. Here's just for Jews. The nafish l'hu tvei. So it would have been much taller from this cheshbon based on the way we just analyzed. So Rabbi Eliezer Amador, psicha gamar. He learned because it says Pesach Shomayim. So he compared that case to this case. Then we said there's 5 inuyim. Asr b'achila, hani chamisha inuyim keneged mi. The 5 other inuyim, or the 5 inuyim, achila, shasiya, rechitza, sandal, tashmish. What is this based on? Amrav Chizda keneged chamisha inuyim shebetoira. It says, uve'asor lachodesh hashvi hazeh v'inisem es nafsho seichem. So it's 1 inui. Then it says, ach basor lachodesh hashvi hazeh yom ha'kippurim hu v'inisem es nafsho seichem. That's an emor. And then it says Shabbos Shabbosonu lachem v'inisem es nafsho seichem. Then Shabbat Shabbosonu lachem v'inisem es nafsho seichem. And then it says Vaysalachem l'chukas olam b'chodesh hashvi b'sor lachodesh tanu es nafsho seichem. So 5 times inui. If you count up achila, shasiya, rechitza, sicha, nilas asaj, it's 6. More answers. Shasiya b'chlal achila. Drinking is part of eating. Domer shlakish. Minay l'shtiya shi b'chlal achila. Shenemar ve'achalta l'fnei Hashem lokecha meiser degoncha tiroshcha v'yitzarecha. It says you will eat the tirosh. Tirosh chamrahu v'korei le'v'achalta. Tirosh is wine, yet it refers to eating. Maybe a nigrin was a mixture of wine with mixed other things like food, and that was eaten. So maybe the tirosh that's referring to here is in this mixture thing. A nigrin, maya de silka, is I think you take cabbage and you soak it in water. Aksigrin is maya de kula shilki. You can soak other things in that. Another raya that achila can be referred to shasiya. Because it says, we're talking about redemption of Meiser Sheni. Shechar shasiya, that's beer. The kairach man of achalta. So Gemara says, "Mimai." There's no proof. The dilma achanami the achlai de anigrin. Beer was also used to soak vegetables. Maybe that's what it's referring to. So Gemara says, "Shecher kosav mita de meshaker." The anigrin did not make you drunk if it's mixed with something else, and here it had to be something that made you drunk. Maybe it's pressed figs, which because of its sweetness also makes you drunk. Tanya, ochal dvela ki'ila, b'shos dvash v'cholav v'nichlas lamigdash, chayiv. You're not allowed to go into the base of Migdash drunk, but if you eat kila dvela, it also makes you drunk. Elo yoliv shecher minozir. Make a gzer shava. Mala halon yayin, afkan yayin. Just like over there, shecher by a nozir refers to wine. So here as well, by Meiser Sheni, the word shecher refers to wine. Frag the Gemara v'tirosh chamruhu. What is tirosh wine? Vatanya. Anoidim and not tirosh. Somebody takes a neder that he's not going to eat or drink tirosh. Asr b'chol minei mitika. You cannot eat sweet things, but umuter b'yayin. You see, tirosh is not wine. Frag the Gemara, what do you mean? V'lav chamruhu, it is wine. Vaksi v'tirosh yinove psulos. The psulos who drink wine, it causes you to reveal things that are normally hidden. Davar abam and atirish yinove psulos. So it could mean just grapes, not wine. Now, a yekev is a wine cellar. So tirosh here seems to be referring to wine. So the Gemara says, Davar abamin tirosh yikavecha yifrotzu. It doesn't necessarily mean, it could be something that came from tirosh, which also could refer to grapes. I v'haksiv znus v'yayin v'tirosh yikach leiv. And here tirosh seems to be another example of wine. And Achanami says the Gemara, the kula am tirosh chamruhu. Yes, tirosh is wine. Why did we say anoidim and tirosh muter b'yayin? Because by nedorim holachach ar loshem b'nei adam. By nedorim we follow how normal people refer to things, and most people don't call yayin tirosh. So that's why you're permitted to drink wine if you say anoidim and tirosh. So v'mai korele yayin, v'mai korele tirosh. Why does wine have these different names, yayin and tirosh? Yayin shemevi yilal lo'olam. Wine brings grief and woe to the world. Tirosh shekol hamizgar bo naser rash. Whoever involves himself in wine becomes poor. Rav Kahana Rabbi ksiv tirosh with a komatz v'karinan tirosh to teach me zacha nasel rosh. If a person drinks wine appropriately, not too much, it leads him to gedula, to be a leader. Lo zacha nasel rosh. If he drinks too much, he becomes poor. V'hainu the Rava Rami ksiv yisamach. No, it says yishamach with a shin, but v'karinan yisamach with a sin. Again, zacha, if he drinks wine appropriately, mesamcho, causes him to be joyful. Lo zacha mishamamo means it destroys him. Wine and perfume made me smart. So wine sometimes, if it's used appropriately, can be beneficial. So rechitza v'sicha minalan. How do we know that on Yom Kippur you can't wash and you can't anoint yourself? And these are things that are called inui. Dichsiv lechem chamudos lo achalti, uvasar v'yayin lo ba elapi, v'soch lo sachti. Is referring to Yom Kippur. This is Daniel. Sefer Daniel. He says, I didn't anoint myself. My lechem chamudos lo achalti. Amar v'da breder Rav Shmuel bar Shilas afilu nama dechiti dekaita lo achal. Wheat bread he didn't eat. Here he's complaining of the kind of that their diet is changed. So even the wheat bread we don't eat. By not being able to eat normal bread, where do we see that that's an infliction? Dichsiv, a pasuk in Daniel, Vayomer Eli al tira Daniel, Kimin hayom harishon asher natatat libcha lavin ulithatnot. So it led to inu. It led me to listen to you. Ki chamudot ata. Ki chamudot ata. Ashka chansicha. Fine. That teaches me anointing. Rechitza minolam. How do we know that lack of rechitza is an inui? Amra zutra Rav Tuvi Amar Kra. Vatavo chamayim bikirbo. V'chashemen ba'atzmotav. This is in Tehillim. Water and oil that a person anoints himself and washes himself with, it's as if it comes into his body, like he eats it. So the Gemara says, but maybe this refers to kishtia. Maybe this is all referring to ingesting it and not anointing it. So the Gemara says, no, because it says shemen, dumi de shemen, ma shemen, mavroi. Oil is on the outside, af mayim mavro. We're talking about washing yourself with water from the outside. The Tana learns just the opposite. It's not. How do we know that anointing yourself is like drinking on Yom Kippur? And so it's like drinking. Washing is from the pasuk itself. The soch lo sachti. Any kind of anointing is an inui, even washing. And they both, anointing with oil and washing with water, is learned from the same pasuk of the soch lo sachti. What does it mean? Vani bati bidvarecha. I came to your words. So seems like the malach couldn't come if it wasn't for Daniel. So Hainu dichsiv, that's why it's written. V'shivim ish meziknei beis Yisrael, vayaznau ben Shafan omed b'tocham. There were 70 zakenim, and Yaznau ben Shafan was part of them. Omdim lifneihem v'ish miktarto biyado, ve'atar anan aktor. So each one is burning in. This is a vision that Yechezkel in Perek Ches had, that the Ziknei Yisrael were worshiping Avodah Zarah. Vayishlach tavnit yad, a model of a hand came out. Vayikacheni b'tzitzis roishi, it grabbed me by the corners of my head. Vatisau tiruach ben haaretz v'ben hashamayim, and it lifted me between the heaven and the earth. Vataveoti Yerushalayim, and the Nevu had brought me to Yerushalayim. B'marot Elohim el petach shar pnimis aponet tzafona, until the opening of the inner gate that looks north. Asher sham moshav semel akina mekane. And this Nevuah will continue. We'll learn tomorrow, God willing, normal time, 8 o'clock.
Shkoyach, Ernie.
Good, thank you, Ernie.
Well, had a great week. Have a great week.
Good night, Sean.
Good night, Rosa. I hope you will have more. Take, please give me more. Do not take me for granted. I have confidence in me more that I always mean well for you. Do not think otherwise. I don't want to be accused that I don't think of you first. Like you asked about why didn't I check with you? You know, I don't check with you when I'm by myself either. I can't check with you every single thing. If I made a mistake, so tell me in a nice way. It's not that I don't care about your feelings. Of course I do. Of course I do.
Okay.
Give me the benefit of the doubt.
Who's saying good night?
You too.
Okay, good night. If you need to call, give her my number. She has to call in the middle of the night. I'll give her,
Well, I can call you.
huh? Okay.
All right, you give it now.
I'll write my number down, okay? 323 791,
791.
yeah, 2545.
Okay.
Not late, Melissa. Not yet. You got less than 5 minutes. How far are you? Almost half a mile. I'll make it. That hoe is showing up on time. I'm breaking my mile record. Well, some of us can't be late for school. Either sooner if I wasn't talking to you. Beth, what happened? You okay? Beth.
The station is up too, yeah. Okay, good night.
Good night.
No reason she should touch that. Yeah.